So guys, we're way into season 5, and this is one of the things I love that the devs did. They made Gambit a support. Really stuck it to all those duelist instant lockers. They're like, how's it gonna work as a DP, as a support? How's it gonna work as a tank? You understand? I really love how they gave the instant lock, not all duelists, but the instant lock duelists that bitch too much, the middle finger. So in this spirit, I wanted to talk about, I've been meaning to do this video. I want to talk about some characters that, some new characters that I would like for them to drop and how they would work as tanks. We'll do another one, we'll be doing this as a series, there's so many characters in Marvel. So, let's just have fun with it. How would this character work as a Vanguard? So we're going to start with, I think, he's in the trailer, I think he's one of the new characters that we're dropping in the next few seasons, maybe if not next season, maybe next 2 seasons. And that is Cyclops. I've been seeing a lot of people, duelists have started again, saying, how's it going to work as a tank? How's it going to work as a tank? Yo, for real, I really don't understand. When I hear some Marvel Rivals players, and it's mostly duelists that say these dumbass things, like, I really
Also, on a side note, I would like to thank everybody who follows this channel. We just passed 500 subscribers, so thank you so much for that. Thanks for joining our little community that we're growing. We're getting bigger and bigger, so thank you. Also, you can see the background footage. I do stream on Twitch, so if you are interested, please join the Discord. We can talk there, have fun, so you can know when I go live, stream on Twitch, stream multiple games and everything. So I also just wanted to add this clip. You guys let me know if you're interested in more of this. There was this funny clip I had from my last stream, so I decided to add it here.
Okay, where is my shield tank now? Why did he switch off tank? Now, why did he switch off tank? What the fuck is this now? What? I can't make this fucking game up. He's getting cooked as strange and then he switches off tank. When he sees the amount of damage I'm getting.
Now let's get back to the video. Thanks for watching.
Feel like some of them don't have a creative bone in their body, like at all. Like, when I hear some of them talking, I now understand why some people, like when you write a novel or fantasy novel, you do a movie, why they are paid those big bucks. Because some people genuinely lack any creative juices in their brain. Like if I give you Cyclops, there is no way you can just sit down and think of a way for this character to just be a Vanguard. No way at all. Nothing can come to your head that you can, make him a Vanguard. So don't worry, I'm gonna do it myself. So first of all, let's give him a beefy 650 HP. You understand? Like, if you've watched the, X-Men 97, you can see he's tanky. Cyclops is not like a skinny twig, like, in the X-Men movies. Like, he can be, he's muscular. He's tanky. He gotta have a very, very strong neck to be blasting those optic blasts. You understand? Like, he is tanky. He's big. He's bigger than Emma, and Emma is a tank, so it's not even a no-brainer. He's like Doctor Strange and Cap size in that cartoon. Like, he's big, So give him a cool 650 HP, kind of give him like he's kind of like a passive. Like every enemy hits, let's make it if he hits an enemy, not if he misses. Every enemy hits, give him 50 over shield, who can stack up to a maximum of 200. You understand? So he's gonna start with his first ability, which is normal optic blast. He fires 8 rapid shots. I'm thinking something like maybe Bruce, maybe a mixture of the speed of Bruce Banner, the actual Bruce Banner in the game, his blast with Ultron's normal blast. So like something like that kind of in the middle, that kind of speed, like zoom, zoom, zoom. You understand? Like not too fast, not too slow. So just kind of in the middle. That's what I'm thinking. Gives 50-50 HP on each blast. Then ability 2 is a concussive blast. This one he can charge it up. So I'm thinking something like Emma's mind blast. You understand? It deals extra damage and there can be a meter under it to kind of like Emma that if he rises to 100, it gives you even extra damage. You understand? And it will have knockback because I like what X-Men 97 did. It's not a heat blast, it's a concussive force. So it's meant to push you back. So it will be like Magneto's blast. It will be pushing you back constantly. You understand? But not like throughout the whole duration of the blast. So like maybe just the beginning of the blast will push you back and it will now be doing you damage, something like that. We don't need a constant fucking displacements and CCs in the game, So he will obviously have a, I'm thinking what the passive will be though, because he can see, he's not like Daredevil that, can see invisible targets or something. You guys tell me what you feel his passive should be. I don't really know. But I was kind of thinking what his passive should be, but I really don't really have any idea though yet. So tell me what you feel his passive should be. Then also his his ultimate would be Omega Blast. He charges it, so kind of like Blade that charges it. The longer he charges it, the more damage it does. So it like, it's an incinerating blast. So like if you've done that, just like Bucky, where you have to reduce the target's HP, he can now charge it up and boom, like an actual blast to incinerate any target in front of him, you understand? So very basic, nothing too crazy. Then of course he will have his team up with his wife, the Phoenix Force with Jean Grey, that will even do maybe to give him passive healing, like a ring, and also increase damage, So yeah, nothing too crazy, you understand? Then I'm thinking whether I don't think he should have a shield. There's nothing really in his kit that I would say will give him a shield. Not really. Just the overshield is okay. He's not a shieldy character. There's not really anything I can think of to give him a shield. So next we have I'm thinking Sandman. I really like Sandman. He's fun. Playing him in that Spider-Man game was fun. So Flint Marco, 750 HP. Scott Summers 650. He will be 750. He's a tankier boy. Shifting maniac. He'll be a menace. Like I'm thinking something moving around the ground, like a mixture of Venom and Jeff, gliding in the ground, but he will have a cooldown for that ability, of course, so he doesn't glide indefinitely, and we don't have a repeat of Jeff in the beginning of this game. That was annoying as fuck, but he can glide for a cooldown, glide on walls, come out, boom, boom. I think he will have, I'm thinking like a big fist. I'm thinking like he can shoot some sands. That will be one of his abilities, like shoot it long range to do damage, but his melee will be normal. His hands will grow bigger, and he will do a 1-2, then he can slam. You understand? Those will do for heavy damage. So it can be long range because his big sand arms, so they can exactly. I'm thinking like Mr. Fantastic in his big boy mode. So those arms, they are melees, but they can go a long range to touch you. You understand? So something like that, but in sand form. You understand? So he will be able to go behind, attack the back line, come back, for some extra damage. So yeah, then Sand Swim will be the passive. That's the one I talked about. He can glide in the ground, he can glide inside walls. His own will be inside, just like Jeff too. And kind of think like Venom's ult, how he's in the ground, So then he will have a shield because he's a sand guy. He will have a shield. It will be like a sand shield. Thinking how it would look though, I don't really have any idea. Maybe like Angela's shield, kind of like that, or Cap shield, but it will be like sand that comes out of the ground. It will be like for 200 HP, you can destroy it. Then, so he can block damage, he can be in the front line, he can swim, go to the back line, attack, swim up walls. He will be just, giving problems everywhere. He will be a very, very problematic character. Then I'm thinking his ultimates. If you think Gaara from Naruto, something like that, like a sand prison, then boom, it can, it stuns you in place, then crushes you. Not like it to actually, he has to do like less, tank ultimates don't really, a lot of tank ultimates, they can't really kill you alone, so you have to do follow-up. So it will crush, do damage, stun you, then he can follow up with his team to cook you, something like that. So a massive whirlpool of rampaging sand will surround the enemy team. So maybe think like Invisible Woman's barrier, like her ult, or something like maybe you have to place it, like you have some seconds to place the ult, then you place it, the sand prison will come up, boom, then it will enclose them and squeeze and crush. So anybody caught inside it will crush them, and then so you can't run away from it, but it kind of gives like a slow, like Invisible Woman's also. It's not it will be slowing you down while you're trying to run away, while you're caught inside it, something like that. Then third we have our beautiful Juggernaut, Kane Marco. I'm thinking a beefy 752. This one is a bit tricky because they kind of gave the thing a lot of his abilities. That's the issue, like he can't be moved. Once he's running, he can't be stopped. He's an immovable object. So it was tricky to think of things for him because the thing already has a lot of his moves. But hey, he's still the Juggernaut, he has Sitorax magic. The thing ain't got magic, so we can still think of some things. So first of all, I'm thinking like a passive Sitorax Fury, you understand? A perpetual, that would be his normal run, like how Luna can skate, the thing can charge, that would be his run. It would be, but unlike, it would be like you'll be seeing him in a running animation, like boom, 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 running across everywhere. That would be his passive. He's always, because the Juggernaut can be stopped. He will always be running, but it will have a shorter, a shorter duration. Let's say the duration would be, since it's a passive anyway, though, I was thinking though, since it's a passive, it has to always be in use, just like once Luna starts walking too fast, she starts skating. So something like that, but it will be too powerful if he can't be stopped from just a passive. That's the issue. I think that one will be a move. You have to make his normal move, will just be him running normally. So that one will be a different move. He'll bend his head lower and then start charging. So I think it will be a charge, but once he starts charging, it immobilizes anybody I'm not thinking, this game has too much CC, so I'm not thinking more CC. But what I'm thinking is that it engulfs allies caught in the radius of his charge, which is Cyclops Fury, which gives 20% damage boost to everybody in the range of the charge. So like once he starts charging, boom, 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 he's running through obstacles. Anybody in the red, you see like a red trail, like Captain America's ult, like his ult, it will be like red Fury flame, So once you're in that path, once you're following the Juggernaut while he's charging, you're dealing like, let's say 30% extra damage. You understand? So you see every character will be like rage around them, like red. They'll be with fury. You understand? So I'm thinking something like that. Then his first ability will be like ground pound charge. He can dash forward, like he can leap, boom, like Hulk, pound the ground. You understand? He leaps punch. So he has some range, something different from the thing, gives shockwave. And it can also give something like maybe 30%, vulnerability debuff, due to Cyclops magic. So you see yourself like, your character is like, is caught in, it to be like a red glow around your character. So the character is taking more damage. Then ability 2 will be like Mystic Grasp, he launch forward to grab enemies. So imagine Hulk's grab in his ultimate, but it will be Juggernaut's normal ability. He can grab you, put me here, boom, pound you on the ground, punch, follow up with one or more of his moves, so he'll be able to combo a lot of things, and he will be getting overshield from each of these moves, like 50. I'm thinking the thing, like 50. The original thing, not this bullshit percentage stuff they give him. Like, I'm thinking original thing, like 50% shield based on each attack. Then the charge gives him 250 HP. You understand? So he's a beefy boy. You understand? He's tough. Then ultimate will be World Breaker. 10 seconds rampage. And I don't mean Hulk's rampage that he's still CC to fucking oblivion. I mean an actual rage. Everywhere is engulfed in rage, in Storax rage. Let's make it 8 seconds, nothing too long. He gets speed, more, all his abilities get more damage. He gets like, let's say 40% extra damage. You understand? Then maybe he gets another move, like he can pound the ground extra, boom, boom. You understand? Then he's charged to get extra. Everything just gets extra. So think of Magic's ult, where her ult is like just, times 2 or 3. Is Magic times 2 or 3? I don't even know. Tell me in the comments. Is it times 2 damage or times 3 damage? I don't play Magic. So yeah, something like that, you understand? So extra damage, fury, and everything. You can even add a little bit of the spice, maybe. Also, again, since the passive is like that, every ally caught in the range of his ult gets 30% extra damage due to Cyclops Fury. You understand? Or it doesn't even have to be damage. You can get more creative. Maybe during the duration of this ult, they are CC immune, immune to all manner of CC. Or all damage coming in here is null and void. Not that too much, but just, something creative, let's get creative in this game, So then he will probably have a team up with who, he can have a team up with any of the X-Men. He's the X-Men usual villain, so he can have a team up with any of them, to be honest. Sandman probably should have a team up with Spider-Man or Venom. There's no other Sinister Six there. So you can say he has a team up with Spider-Man or Venom. I don't know. You guys can think of who he can have a team up with. I don't really know all his comics. So yeah, then next we have our beautiful, we've also seen him in the Kundun map in the picture, Ghost Rider, man. Johnny Blaze, and I mean Johnny Blaze, not any other Ghost Rider. Johnny Blaze. 750 with his leather jacket, beefy boy. Hell Chain Swing, that's his passive. I want him to swing like Spider-Man. Like, I was thinking whether his passive should be like, once Luna starts running, she starts skating, whether his passive should be once he starts running fast, like he can, or it will be like a move, like how Jeff, you press a button. You can press a button and he starts using his bike to get back to the fight quick. But man, I think the change would be even crazier. Like, he can just swing across, boom, 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 like Spider-Man, like literally swing across the whole battlefield. Though I don't know whether he's swinging tank, but no, we already have a swinging tank in Venom anyway, so yeah, it's not a new thing, but I don't know. You guys let me know. I don't know which one, whether he should be the bike, whether the bike be cool as hell. But I think the chains are better so he can have more mobility. I think the chains are better so he can have more mobility, swing around, come back into the fight, swing with chain, sword and everything. I think so. So yeah, his first ability will be Chains Whiplash. So think Kratos, like just swinging the Chaos Blaze, for doing damage. He can long range, then he will have a get over here like Scorpion and Bucky, like get over here, boom, boom, pound, you understand? So we can mix abilities. Then ability 2 will be something like Hellspawn, someone, I say he can call like an undead minion, just like Magic called that minion, but I think his own should do more damage. Not like it will do crazy damage. I feel maybe like 20 per hit. So while he's fighting, he can just call an undead monster that has its own HP. Maybe its HP is just like 100, so it's small, you can kill it. But at least it can distract you, you can do some damage, then he swings out of the fight when his cooldown is ready, gets back into it, and then every of his move deals, flames to you, so then it gives him flames to his. The more flames he gets on his body, he builds overshield. Or his own might not be overshield, but you just see flame around your health bar, so you're taking less damage due to every attack. For every damage you deal, you're getting less damage. I feel so everything is not just overshield. I think so it makes it crazier. Then I'm thinking his ultimate is like something like Vengeance Ride. You understand? Where he says something like summon the undead. And then he just rampages around with his bike and then opens the gates of hell. Then undead start coming out everywhere. Then so one of those undead minions he could summon before, maybe he can summon like 10 that are flaming. So they give flame to all allies in range. You understand? So for maybe health, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe health. I don't know. It's even crazy. But yeah, those things deal damage. Like this time it's no more like small damage. Like they deal, each of them can now deal like, maybe let's say 50. Then also there's hellfire flames that are pouring out of the ground. So just like Johnny's own flames, they are pouring out of the ground. So maybe he will, so maybe once you activate it, you have to activate something else again. So you place a point on the map, boom, flames will come out. Place another point, boom, flames come out. Then they start burning enemies and the undead start coming out. Like let's say up to 5 undead. And so it's a combination ult, it takes more thinking. It doesn't just kill everything in sight. It takes more thinking and calculating. But it is very powerful, something like that. So that's what I'm thinking. So then lastly on this list, I have the Lizard. Another of Spidey's villains, because we need more villains. As you can see on this list, like there's villains. Like we need more villains in the game. There's a lot of heroes. Let's add some villains. So yeah, we have the Lizard, the reptilian mobility. Kurt Connors, he can climb. I'm thinking something like Venom. Just imagine Venom, basically, with the movement, but more silky. Like he can slither. I want some slithery motion. Like he can slither around the ground, climb up walls, move. I really want him to be a slippery target. Like you're trying to get him, he's hard. You understand that kind of thing. So I'm thinking his first ability is something like Savage Claw Rake. Rapid melee swipes with that like shred, so he can leap. Boom, 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 boom. You understand? Like normal slashes. So imagine Venom slashes, but they are longer range, and he can leap, and then also they do more damage. You understand? Then the second ability, I'm thinking Venomous Bite. Now I think about it, there's no ability in this game that inflicts poison, and I think he can be a fantastic first character to do that. Like, I mean, poison, that's an ability, please correct me if I'm wrong, but that's an ability that is not in this game, I think. Like poison, like it deals damage, or you can't heal it away, you understand? Or maybe let's say you can heal it away, let's something not just, so if you get a health back or you heal, yeah, it's gonna dissipate, but you see it on it will be like a poison icon on your health bar. So you're receiving damage over time. Then the more he does that move on you, the more damage. So it start with 15, it can rise up to 30, 45, you understand? So it has a cooldown, but the more damage that it does, and other his allies can do damage to you too, you understand? So you gotta move back, find a health back, or get healed, you understand? That will also help the triple support of dealing poison on all of them, at least, let's mitigate this shit. So everything, because everything, I just remember, everything is just, that's why I'm trying to add things like this, rage, things, just different things. Everything must not be, because I only keep seeing anti-heal or more healing, I need some things like rage, like this character imbues rage. This character, it makes every character in this circle immune to CC for 5 seconds. You understand? Like, I need things like that. Poison, Okay, there's freeze and sleep, Mantis and Luna and the rest. But yeah, we need more things like that, like different things, not just anti-heal, no, not healing and anti-heal. I need like rage, poison, things like that, Then I'm thinking the ultimate will be something like primal evolution, like Venom grows, just like the Spider-Man game, when you saw him keep continuously growing in the soul, like he grows 2 times in size, damage becomes more, his abilities become more powerful, deal more poison, more damage, and he lunges, he becomes a feral crocodilic beast, you understand, something like that. But yeah, maybe we can change up the ult, but I don't really know, I don't really have an idea, so you guys can give me suggestions for that one, but that's what I'm feeling. So yeah, these are some of the tanks that I would love for them to add, and I think these moves, with a little bit of tweaking, they could be very, very, very fun characters. So let me know your thoughts. Which characters would you like to add to the game as Vanguards? What do you think their moves should be? Or these ones I mentioned, how do you think we can tweak up their moves? What different moves can we do? Let me know your thoughts, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.